we have another subject we wanted to get to, and since you're both here, this is a good time to talk to you. Of course, this is the Todd Courser thing, saying today he's blackmailed by the Lansing Mafia. I mean, come on, Tim, what's up with this?
Look, the guy got caught. I think what's worse, it's not what you do that gets you in trouble, it's the cover-up that nails you, and I think that's why this guy is, in my opinion, history, because you just can't do stuff like this.
Yeah, the cover-up's always worse than the crime. Rocky,
Right.
when you heard about this scandal, what was your first thought?
Actually, I heard about it 2.5 months ago when I actually got that fake email about Todd Courser having this alleged homosexual affair in Lansing. I contacted the staffer that left his office originally. His name was Josh Klein. And because Josh was an intern for me many, many years ago, and Josh told me the situation, I shot off an email directly to Todd and both to Cindy and saying, you should resign. How can you even think that people would fall for such a trick? It's one thing to make a mistake, but to actually try to deceive people. And now we're going to see, because Speaker of the House in Michigan, Cotter, came up with a committee to investigate this. We'll see if there was any type of funds that were used state funds that were used to perpetuate this lie, or if he fired his staffers because they wouldn't abide by supporting this lie.
Yeah, Rocky, we got a laugh out of Tim there when we talked about the Lansing Mafia. I mean, who are they? And when they get uncovered by Representative Courser, what's this going to do to Lansing?
I don't think there is a Lansing Mafia. There is an established class, a leadership class, and that leadership class tends to be in both political parties, Democrats and Republicans, and that's why you see people like Donald Trump doing so well, because people are upset with that establishment mentality. But truly, what is the establishment? That's the people that are in leadership. And leaders don't always make the right decisions, but they can't put out lies to cover up certain things. And I don't think anyone's going to really get hurt. Both parties have individuals in them that shouldn't be there, and I think Courser and Gamet will end up resigning in the end.
Well, Tim, the governor said Representative Courser may have committed a breach of the public trust. Are there any penalties for that?
Absolutely.
Also getting voted out of office, perhaps.
Well,
but yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I'm not sure. There's stupid and then there's criminal. I'm not sure if stupid breached into criminal in this particular case.
Well, Todd,
can't tell you.
Tim, I have to tell you that I used to be the House Majority Leader, and as the House Majority Leader, there are administrative rules for the House members. And those rules, you see what happened to Virgil Smith right now.
Right.
He hasn't been found guilty yet, but they stripped him of all his committees and of his office. And we remember back in the 2000 era, we had a state senator from Macomb County named David Jay that the governor and the Senate leadership went after for an incident that happened between him and his wife, some domestic abuse that later there were no criminal trial, there was no criminal case, but what happened was Dave Jay was censured and kicked out of the Senate by the Senate. So there are administrative steps that the House leadership can take by a vote of the House to throw these members out if they don't resign.
Tim, one last question for you as an observer of the process. Do you think this is just another chip out of this trust that the public is supposed to have for our lawmakers?
No, well, I mean, there have been a lot of chips over a lot of years. I mean, these folks are interesting. By the way, I've sort of an opposite view. I'm not sure that people in office are any more or less behaving badly than anybody else in your nearest factory. You know, I mean, I just don't see it that way. But
we're supposed to expect more from them.
Yeah, exactly. And, yeah, exactly. And by the way, they're totally surprised when they get, semi-famous, which is what you become when you become a state rep, at least in your neighborhood. They're totally surprised when people start paying attention to the behavior. Well, duh, you wanted to get there. While you're there, you're going to have to live with the, live with the rules of the road, which
Tim,
is what this is.
I thought we were semi-famous for being on the Now.
You are.
That's
You're
right.
More than
No,
semi.
that's more than semi.
More than semi.
And I'm not
that.
going to do anything crazy on the way home. I can assure
Okay,
you
I
that.
agree with Tim that too much is given, much is required, and much is demanded. And these individuals gave up their public trust.
All right, Rocky, thank you so very much.
Thank
Tim,
you.
thank you both for your time here.
Thanks,
and we will
Heather.
be talking
Thanks,
to you again there. Just whatever you do, be careful driving home. You won't get in any kind of trouble. You are now famous for being on the Now.
Thank you.